What's going on, you guys? I'm as always Mr. Garen Farm 2, and welcome everybody to my channel. And I'm going to talk to you guys about what I'm going to give you guys my thoughts about about E3 2018. Who won? Who won the Best in Show yesterday between Square Enix, Sony, Ubisoft, Xbox, I believe it was, and Square. I think Square Enix was involved in this, and Nintendo. Okay, so they announced a lot of stuff yesterday. I figured they were gonna talk more about Halo Infinite. They announced Battletoads. That's coming back. There's gonna be a new Wolfenstein game coming back. Devil May Cry 5. Some big announcements, including one that I was shocked when they had announced this. It was the Doom Eternal trailer. When they announced that, they announced they showed off some stuff for Fallout 76. They talked more about Shadow of the Tomb Raider. They came up with another Gears. They have a computer version of Gears. They announced another two Gears games, Gears of War games. Actually, three. We got Gears of War 5. We have Gears Tactics, and then they had the Funko one, which I think was Gears. I think it was Gears something. I forget what it was, but also they had announcements for Command and Conquer Rivals. They talked a little bit about that. They talked about Transference. They shut off some stuff for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The shocking thing for everyone, I think this was at the, if I remember correctly, this was at the Ubisoft press conference. They announced a game called Starlink Battle for Atlas, and I believe that is the one where they had said that they were going to put Star Fox. For those of you who don't know who Star Fox is, Star Fox was a character from was a game back in like the 1980s or the 90s. I'm not particularly sure. It's been a while since I played it, but they had announced a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk about that here on this. Starting first with what they had, what else they had talked about at the Microsoft press conference. Let's talk about the Microsoft press conference first here. They had talked about okay, so they had talked about they had talked about the opening. They opened a new studio, and they gained quite a bit of studios for Microsoft, which was Undead Labs, Playground Games, Compulsion Games, Ninja Theory, and so I'm guessing that Microsoft is investing in having more in-house studios working in the Xbox family. I guess that's what the whole thing is. Okay, so they had announced some other things as well. I think the one thing that had people pissed off, the one the one press conference that had people most pissed off, I think, was the EA press conference because, and I tell you why. I'll tell you why the EA press conference was the most shitty was very very shitty. Um, all we wanted to know was about the games. All we want to know is about the games. Not hear some guy come out, during the press conference, talk about his life story and how he became Madden champion or whatever. Nobody cares about that. Nobody gives a damn about that at all. They just give a damn about the games. Um, they talked about that. They also talked about more. They had that, and then they talked about more stuff about Battlefield 5. Um, okay, so let me see here. They announced something called the Royal Reimagine, um, which Battlefield Battlefield will be getting a battle royal style gameplay mode. So, and they're probably gonna share more about that later on. I have no idea what the hell that was about. But they also announced something called Jedi Fallen Order at the EA press conference as well. They apparently they're gonna do something with the Clone Wars for Battlefront 2. Um, with Star Wars Battlefront 2, but hopefully they do better with what they did than the loot boxes and all the other stuff that was going on at the time, and it just, I don't know, that game just seems to put a bad taste in my mouth every time I talk about it. But anyway, they also announced a game called Unravel 2 as well, which looks that looks really really good. I have never played the first one at all. I've never played the first game, but from walkthroughs, it seems pretty well put together as far as everything else goes. Hopefully, EA, it will be, and I guess I guess they had announced it. They had pulled out. They had put it out for that day. So also they also announced another game for at the EA press conference called Sea of Solitude. Um, this is by Joe May Games, and from the look at the trailer, it actually looks pretty interesting. But we're gonna see what happens with that game. Also, they also announced another game as well. Command and Conquer is going to be returning as a mobile game. Whew, and how do you put this up? People got mad about that, and I don't blame them. They should have probably made it into an actual game. They could have came up with something better with that. And also the next thing that they had talked about was what they had announced last year, and what we know now is BioWare's Anthem. What they did not show though was actual gameplay. At least I don't think they did. Oh yeah, they did. I'm guessing so. I don't know. I miss a little bit of the press conference. I apologize. Um, but I'm just trying to tell y'all guys what I saw during the press conference. Okay, so they also said that there'll be no loot boxes. Not a huge surprise, to be honest. There's going to be customization in the. There's going to be customization. There are going to be customization options for your mech suit, which is pretty badass. Um, I'm guessing that. The demo that they had showed at on the EA stage was I guess like Destiny ish or something like that. I guess I don't know, but um and yeah, they talked about also a bunch of other stuff as well. We saw a trailer for FIFA 19. You know, that's our go-to game. We also got a trailer for Madden Overdrive, and stuff like that. Um, there was a couple of other things that they had announced too. I forget what else they had announced for that for EA. Let's talk about the Sony press conference real quick. Um, I want to make this. I just want to make this video. Get this video out of the way here. Okay, so we saw. Uh, we saw a lot of really good games announced for this for the Sony press conference. Um, Hold on, you guys. Let's see something here. Yeah, I'm trying to get my stuff together. Okay. So anyway, yeah, we saw a lot of stuff for the Sony press conference. We had saw a gameplay trailer for The Last of Us Part 2. Holy hell, man. I got to tell you, that gameplay trailer was badass. Um I love that trailer. Every inch of my being love that trailer. I wish I can get a freaking PlayStation to play the. I still haven't played the first game yet, but I really want to. But okay, so y'all guys could probably take a look at the gameplay trailers somewhere on YouTube. But if you want to know what went down with that. But also they had announced another game called Ghost of Tsushima. I think that's what it was. So it's an open world samurai game, and it looks really good. It actually looks pretty badass from what I saw. But we're gonna see what happens with that. Also, they had announced another game, a third person game called Control. Um, kind of kind of gives you that Quantum Break, Alan Wake type feel to it. So the big one that they had showed off was the remastered version for hold on, you guys, I apologize. Hello. Okay. uh I don't think so, but okay, bye. All right. Sorry, you guys. I apologize. But yeah, they had announced a remastered trailer for Resident Evil 2. Uh, and yeah, so that everybody was happy about that. I saw the trailer this morning. It looked really really good too. So they also announced Some stuff for Kingdom Hearts 3. I know that they're gonna do Frozen, and for the Sony press conference, they had also announced for Pirates of the Caribbean. So that's gonna be good. So we're gonna. They also had announced they showed off some gameplay for the game Death Stranding. So yeah, yeah, some strange things are gonna happen in that game. So yeah, we'll see about that. Also, they had announced the I guess it's the sequel to the first Nioh, Nioh 2. I think I'm saying that. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Um, Spider-Man looked pretty promising when they had announced that. It looked really really good. But yeah, but to say the least, y'all guys are probably asking, well, Graham, who won E3? Well, if I were to take a guess, I think Bethesda maybe because of the announcement that they had put out for Doom Eternal, and also for the Fallout 76 game that they had put out as well. But yeah, I thought that Doom looked pretty good. I thought that all these games that they had announced, also the Nintendo one, the ones that they had announced on Nintendo yesterday, were pretty good as well. We know we're gonna get another Super Smash Brothers game, a couple of other games as well. But all in all, I think the one that won E3 the most. I think it's across from Microsoft, or actually, no, scratch that. It's actually across from Sony, Ubisoft, and and um, and Bethesda. So I thought that those three were the big ones that probably are neck and neck as far as who won E3. But I don't know just yet. But let me know in the comments down below what y'all guys think about that. What do y'all guys think about the games that were announced at E3 this year and all that stuff? And that's gonna be it for me. I'm Instagram Phone 2, and I'll see you on the afterlife. Peace.